Welcome friends. Today we will be speaking about gears. Uh, Gears are so very important that I believe each set of gear would deserve a dedicated video on its own. For example, if you are speaking about construction gear or a research gear or resource gathering gear or war gear, it deserves a dedicated video, each set on its own. That is how important gears are. So let us today speak about resource gathering gear. There is a video that I have made giving an overview of construction gear, research gear and mix war gear. So you may want to check that out also. Today let us dedicate this video only for resource gathering gear, and let us see what best options are available to us for resource gathering gear. Before we go into the gear itself, one or two small things that I would wish to point out in as much as resource gathering is concerned. See these resource tiles, you see this amount that is available. This is a full tile. Okay, this is a full tile of level 4. Alright, so if you come over here, let us see if we can find. Look at this tile. This is exactly what I was looking for. You see this? This is hardly 10,000 left. Why would you want to keep an incomplete tile like this? I would suggest you complete the tile. Finish off the tile. You see this? Hardly 100k left. Please don't keep incomplete tiles like this. What happens is they just keep lying around. Nobody wants to go to them. They don't, it does not finish out. They occupy space. And also what happens is newer tiles, the new tiles take more time to spawn. So if you want to have always full tiles, then you finish off these tiles that are available. Don't keep tiles, incomplete tiles like this. Okay, that is one part, and it is easy. Now my army limit is full. Let's see if I can just finish this. This is going to take another 4 minutes. So if I can finish this, we'll speak about something else, and we will come back to this. I'll show you how you can count also before sending your troops out. So that is one thing that we will get back to you on this in this same video itself. Okay, let's move on to the gear. Alright, let us look at the gear. Resource gathering gear is principally obtained from two monsters, that is Griffin and Necros. One sec, I'll show it to you from here. You see this Griffin and Necros. Let's see which. Okay, you see this Necros? This is one of the monsters wherein you can get your resource gathering gear. In fact, all three of these are recommended. The main hand, the armor, the helmet. See, army capacity is to do with weight. What is the weight that army can hold or carry? Okay, it gives you army capacity, that is the weight that this particular gear will affect. It will give you increase in the weight percentage your soldiers can carry. Then travel speed, you can travel more faster to the resource tile. Yes, it also gives something of a research boost. That is not primary. You can see army capacity, travel speed and resource gathering speed. These are the primary functions, and yes, it also gives some research. So this particular main hand is recommended, especially from a resource gathering perspective, and this is also a part of a research gear. Alright, so you see this armor, again you have got resource gathering speed, and then it gives construction speed and gold production rate. So you should have this armor also in your cabinet. This is a useful piece to have. And Necros, of course, army capacity, again you have travel speed and construction resource gathering speed. So you see this gear, all of this particular monster, you see Necros is fundamentally you will be getting good research boost, good construction, and of course resource gathering that I have already mentioned. So you need to have, I know that I have in some video, and I will again say the same thing, that you do not wish to clash your important items. For example, this crackling hide, and let's make it a bit simpler. You come here, you see this lightning vial, these items will clash. Yes, I am aware of that. As far as possible, try to avoid that, but in these circumstances, especially for this gear, yes, the item will clash. You will need to manage your priorities. For example, do you really wish to upgrade your lightning guard, that is the armor, or you wish to upgrade your lance? You'll have to decide that. By that I mean that you want to have the increase in your research speed, or you want to have your increase in your construction speed, or you may target your resource gathering speed is more important, or your army capacity is more important. That depends on the level of research and your approach to your account. That would be account specific, but all of these three things you should have in your cabinet. I recommend all of these three. Please have some level of it in your cabinet. Have at least the green or the blue level of all of these. It will be really be helpful. And then yes, we go across to the Griffin. Griffin is similar, very important. Griffin only has two, but these are both very important. You see this army capacity again comes up here, and construction speed also comes up here. So you see, from construction gear set point of view and from army capacity, that is the resource gathering point of view, this is very important. Alright, Griffin and Griffin walkers are also important. You see this construction, this is also a part of the construction set, but we will dedicate a video to the construction set. Right now we are speaking from the perspective of resource gathering, so this is very important for resource gathering. So let us summarize that we have what do we have for resource gathering. I'll try to show it to you this way. My levels of gear is not very advanced, but you see the gear, and the level is work in progress. This is a fairly new account. The level is work in progress. So let us go over here. I'll show it to you like this way. I have not made that particular thing. Okay, resource gathering. This is also what I use. Alright, for resource gathering, it gives me resource gathering speed of 10%. I do have this resource lance that we spoke about, lightning lance from the monster Necros, but it does not give me as much as speed over here. You see this? It does not give me as much speed over here. Resource gathering speed is minus 5.2. I got this in an event. If you can get this, well and good. Otherwise use this one and upgrade this. I got this in an event and I've been using it. It gives me resource gathering speed 10%. So let's that is the one. I would not unequip it because it is already equipped. Okay, this is the mask that we spoke about, resource gathering again. So this is how my resource gathering gear would look like. Again we have this armor that we spoke about. You see this resource gathering speed and construction speed. Okay, let's come across over here. Yes, these boots you get it at the beginning of the game. You see this, they are level 1. Level 1 means player level 1. Player level 1 is this one, this is the one. Now it is 57, so this is the one. You get this at the beginning of the game, and player level 1 you can use this. It gives resource gathering speed again at 10%. So it makes a lot of sense to use this. These are the boots that we spoke about, Griffin walkers. You saw that these are one of the two items available from the Griffin set. So griffin walkers are always recommended, always preferable. If you have something better, use that, else you can go across with griffin walkers. You get resource gathering speed is -10 for me over here. You see this? That is the reason why I use this one. Okay, now let's move on. You see this griffin, again we spoke about this griffin, and here we have this army capacity 25%. So use this as a part of your resource gathering gear. You will get your army capacity, that is the ability to carry weight. So that ability to carry weight will increase here when you are attacking someone and you want to get maximum resources from the castle. At that time also you need to increase the capacity and the capability of your army to carry weight. So that is where this army capacity increase comes into picture. Okay, now resource gathering here, you can go across with this ivory choker. You see this travel speed. If you note over here, it is not going to give you anything in terms of army capacity or resource gathering. What it does give you though is travel speed. Alright, so if you cannot have anything else, might as well let your troops go faster onto the travel faster onto the resource tile. They will travel that much more faster. So this helps over here, and maybe you can make 2 or even 3 if needed ivory chokers, and you can use all of these slots, 2 slots whenever they are available. When you unlock the 3rd slot, you can use make these ivory chokers, upgrade them, and use these slots. I would not recommend them to be upgraded more than blue or purple, simply because there are other priorities. It all depends on how you approach your account. If you wish to approach your account purely from a farming perspective, purely from a perspective which will gather resources, or maybe your account is meant to be a bank or something along those lines, yes, it makes a lot of sense to upgrade this gear. But if your account is maybe a war account or a trap account, maybe you wouldn't give that much of priority to this gear. Okay, now my army, 2 of my armies have come back, and I'll show you how to count so that we do not leave the tile unfinished. And this is to be done before we send the tile out. For example, let's say I want to get some more wood. Now you see this is a full tile. Okay, so we come here. We have just checked the resource gear, so we are not going to go and again check the resource gear over there. We come here, and let's say I wish to send all my T1 troops. I usually utilize my T1 and T2 for farming operations. So let's say I'm sending all of my whatever left the T1 are. These are the T1s that were left over when I had started this account. Okay, now you see here I've put all of these troops, and you see it is telling me the amount of troops. Alright, it is telling me how much they can gather. Okay, you see this? Right now they can gather 9,62,655 units, but the tile is of 1.2 million approx. So what you need to do is you need to decide which other troop you will send. Assuming I'll send this one, for the sake of this video, let us say I want to fill it up with reptilian riders. So what I'll do is I'll just keep an eye on this counter over here. You see this counter increasing? Alright, so either you can say that's how many reptilian riders I would want to send, maybe some more sharpshooters, and I'll keep on increasing my troops over here, and then maybe I'll again put in some gladiators. My eye is on this particular counter here. You see this counter? This is increasing. We need to ensure it reaches this. Alright, somewhere around that. So we can increase our troops like that. So you count like this every time you send your troops. This is a better way to do it. Alright, so okay, that should be sufficient. You try and come as close to it as possible. Alright, just try and come as close to it as possible. I think you understand exactly what I'm trying to do here. It does take some time, I agree, but this is a much better and a cleaner way to do it. So what happens is you will not leave any tile incomplete. Now you see I have reached this is this 1 lakh sorry, that is 12,60,000, 12,60,000 bit of troops over the border. That's all right. Now they have gone, and you are very sure that once these guys return, this tile will not be here. This will be completely finished. You will not be leaving this tile incomplete. So that's how you finish all the resources in one complete tile, and you get all the resources. Okay, now let's get back to our gear. We spoke about the gear. I believe I have uh, explained the gear. uh, I don't think there is anything left out in the gear as such that we spoke about. Basically you need to look at two monsters, Necros and Griffin, and you make your resource gathering gear in that way. Collect your resources. If there is anything else you need to understand, let me know. Yes, there is research for resources. I am not going into the resource. This was principally only for the gear, but if you wish to, you can just touch base over here. You see this weight training, like that there are other weight trainings that will help you. This was principally only for the resource gathering gear, so I am not going to go into details for the research. You need to, you will have something in upgrade military also. I'm so sorry, not in upgrade military. See this, army leadership, weight training, resource harvesting, ration run, all of this will help you in your resource gathering. Alright, but this is not a video for research and resource gathering. Gear was the principal dedication for this video. So I believe I have spoken all about the gear. Let me know in the comments if you have any specific queries. I will get back to you on that and help you out to the best of my abilities. Till then, thank you.